Okay, there we go. Hi, everyone. Okay, there we go. Welcome to my class. This is my 1 hour Vinyasa flow class that I teach every Thursday. My name is Carla. I'm a 200-hour certified yoga instructor. And today we're going to do a 50-minute flow with a brief mindfulness meditation / Shavasana at the end. So keep watching if that's what you want.
On. Welcome to All-Tech Lansing.
So to get started, find a comfortable seat on the mat with your sit bones comfortably pressed down. Place both hands on your knees and close your eyes. And take a deep, deep breath in through the nose. And then hold 1 second at the top. And then take a deep breath out through the mouth. Try and get rid of all of that excess air that's just hanging out in there in your lungs. And then let your breath return back to its normal flow. And take a moment and set an intention for your practice today, for yourself, for the mind, body, and the soul. With your intention set, or whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes. So we're going to do a couple of chest openers and a couple of chest stretches, because I know for most college students, it's the beginning of finals week. And at least for me, I've been spending most of my time sitting at my desk like this. So we're going to try and open up the chest a little bit here. So we're going to start off with some mind-body-breath connection. So as you inhale, lift up those arms and bring them as far out behind you as is comfortable. And lift the chin. And then as you start to exhale, move those arms forward, following your exhale. When you reach the bottom of your exhale, make sure your hands are all the way together. And at that back, the middle of the spine is pushing back. And that head is slightly bowed. Then as we start our inhale, lift up those palms, squeeze those shoulder blades, and widen those shoulders and stretch out that chest. Lift the chin. Take a deep inhale, feel those ribs expand, stretch out the chest even more. And then exhale. Bow the body in. Inhale, open those arms up, lift the chin. Exhale, bring the arms in, bow the head. Inhale, expand the ribs, expand the chest, puff the chest out, and really feel a good stretch. And exhale. And do this one more time before coming back to center. Place your hands back on your thighs. This time take that left hand and wrap it behind you. So you can see my hand's kind of sticking out. Take that right hand, wrap it behind you, and opposite hand, try and grab your opposite elbow. So I'll turn backwards. You guys can see what that looks like this. Obviously, if this does not work for you, you can just grab your forearms, your wrists, your hands. Just placing your arms behind you is all that you need. This is actually one of my favorite stretches for the chest. I like to do this after I've been sitting for a long time. Sometimes I feel like when I sleep in a weird position and I wake up with a very tight chest. I found it helps relieve anxiety, helps just help me correct my posture. So continuing that mind-body breath, as you exhale, push those elbows back and bow the head. Then inhale, puff that chest out, lift the head. Exhale, push those elbows back, bow the chin. Inhale, lift the chin. Exhale, bow the head. Inhale, lift the chin. And then come back to center, keeping those arms wrapped. Swing back and forth, side to side. And release those arms. Shake them out. And switch. So whichever arm was closest to your back and whichever one was further away, switch them. So they're like this behind you now. Might be a little bit more uncomfortable, but that's fine. And just swing back and forth. Really let those shoulders roll back. Then on your next exhale, release those arms. Shake them out. Clasp them behind you. Puff out the chest one more time. You can lean all the way back so your fist touches the mat. And then just really lean back. And then release. Come back to center. Let those arms swing. And place your hands by your sides. And then extend one leg, extend the other so that they're straight. Point the toes up. I know you can't see my feet, but they look like this. Really flex them up. Push those toes towards you as you inhale. Then as you exhale, press them down. Point down as far as down as you can. Inhale, point those toes up or flex the toes. Exhale, point. And keep doing this, making sure your feet follow your breath. So with each inhale, bring those toes up and flex. Each exhale, point them down like this. And finish up your last one and come to center. And take both of your hands and make them little fists. And actually, I'm going to lower this. Okay. So make your hands little fists and start lightly tapping down the legs. This should not be painful. It should just be a little massage to kind of bring some blood flow back to the legs, wake them up a little bit. I like to do more like tapping. Obviously, you can do it as hard or as light as you want. It's your massage. But I like to do it down the sides, the tops, the insides. You can do the bottom. Finish up your last one. And come back to center. And really flex those feet. Make sure those toes are pointing up. Place both hands behind you. Except you want your fingertips to be pointing behind you. So they're pointing away. So place your hands directly behind you. They should be right behind your hips. Place those palms flat on the mat or the ground. Make sure those fingertips are facing away from you. And then really push off of the mat or the floor. Push off of those hands, keeping those feet flexed like this. Puff out the chest. For the deeper stretch, bring your hands closer to your body. So if your hands, this part of your hand is basically touching your back or your butt, then you're going to get the deepest stretch. So place your hands there and really push off. Squeeze those shoulder blades in and look up, puff the chest. And just breathe. For staff pose. Then on your next exhale, release. Wrap those arms around you. Swing side to side. Release. Wrap those arms around you again. Swing side to side. Then release the arms and spread out the legs. This should be a comfortable distance. This shouldn't be a super deep stretch just sitting here. You should be able to sit like this for a while. We won't be sitting like this for a while, but gives you the right idea. So take a deep breath in and really lengthen up that spine. Feel the very top of the head stretching up towards the ceiling as high as you can. As you inhale, really feel that spine extending. And then as you exhale, keeping the integrity of that spine, slowly walk forward, trying to keep the feet pointing up. When you've gone as far as you can go, keeping the integrity of the spine, just hold and breathe. And then slowly start walking your hands over to the left side. Place that left hand on the outside of the left leg, that right hand on the inside. Take a deep breath, once again, stretching out that spine. And as you exhale, slowly bow forward. And then keeping that left hand down on the outside of the left leg. You want to swing that right arm up. Take a deep breath in as it comes up. And then take a deep exhale and stretch over to that left side. You want to feel your right arm reaching as far as it can over that left wall. You want to be reaching over your toes, not even to your toes. You want to be feeling a deep stretch here in that right side, the right hips. This stretch is actually extremely important, especially for people who are runners or like to lift weights. We don't really stretch our sides very often, and because of that, they tend to get very, very tight. And then it's a big factor that goes into us getting injured or pulling muscles. And then on your next inhale, slowly lift up that right hand, bring it on, and just bring it back to center. Once again, place both hands in the center, directly in front of you. Take a deep breath in, lengthen that spine, and as you exhale, slowly walk those hands forward. When you've gone as far as you can go, take a deep exhale and hold, trying to keep the integrity of that spine the whole time. And now start making your way over to the right side. Walk those hands over. Place that right hand on the outside of the right leg. And take a deep breath in. Once again, lengthen that spine. And as you exhale, start slowly bringing yourself down. When you've gone as far as you can comfortably go, just take a deep exhale and hold. then keeping that right hand down on the outside of the right leg. Take a deep inhale and sweep that left arm up. And then start going over to that right side as you exhale. You want to make sure that chest stays lifted and facing out. You don't want it to be facing down, you want it to be facing out to ensure that you're getting the best side stretch. And you don't want to just be reaching down, you want to be reaching out towards that right wall. And then on your next inhale, slowly sweep that arm up, come back to center. Bend those knees, bring them together, just hips width apart in front of you. Or actually a little bit wider than hips width apart, sorry. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, send them over to the left side. And inhale, bring them up. Exhale over to the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale over to the left. Do this 3 more times on your own, following your breath. Once you've finished up your last one, come back to center. And then meet me in table. In table, you want to make sure that your weight is evenly distributed across the palms of your hands and your knees, and that the spine stays in a neutral position. You want your knees to be directly underneath your hips and your hands to be directly underneath those shoulders. You want to make sure that the eyes of your elbows are facing each other. So when you bend, you go down, and that those elbows aren't locked like this. They're still a little bit loose. Once you find yourself in a comfortable and correct position for you, start inhaling. So curving those hips forward, arching that back, pushing off of those hands, squeezing the shoulder blades in, and looking up as you inhale. And then, as you start to exhale, you want to round that spine, tuck the tailbone in, push off of those hands, really making space in the shoulder blades, in between the shoulder blades, making space in the armpits, hollowing out that chest and looking down. And then as you start to inhale, bring that spine to a neutral position, and then keep going. Lift up that head, lift up those hips. Squeeze those shoulder blades. And then exhale, tuck that tailbone. The movement of the tailbone is really what impacts this pose the most. And then inhale. And again, lift that tailbone, point it high to the sky. Your tailbone is right here, and you really want to feel it pushing up, almost and over your head. And then as you exhale, you want to feel it pointing down. You want to push the middle of your spine up towards the ceiling as high as you can. And then as you inhale, you want to push that middle of your spine and push it down towards the mat as far down as you can. Then exhale, and again, push that middle of the spine high. And then inhale, bring it low. And then exhale one more time. And on your next inhale, bring that spine to a neutral position. And then from here, on your next inhale, you're going to extend that left leg. And you're going to lift it all the way up, high to the sky, and make little circles. And slowly let them get bigger. And then start your circles the other way. Start them small. And then slowly let them get bigger. And then on your next exhale, bend that knee and bring it back to center. And on your next inhale, extend that right leg so just the toes are on the mat. And on your next inhale, slowly bring that leg up as high as you can and start making little circles. And then start letting them get bigger. Try and see how big you can make them. And then make circles the other way. Start them small. And make them bigger. See how big you can make them. And on your next exhale, bend that knee. Bring those knees down. And on your next inhale, stretch out that left leg again so the knee is straight and the toes are touching the mat. And this time, stretch out that right hand so the elbow is straight and just the fingertips are touching. And on your next inhale, squeeze that core and slowly lift up that right hand, left leg. And then as you exhale, bend that right elbow and bend that left knee and bring them together in the center. And then as you inhale, stretch out. Exhale, bring them together. And do this 3 more times on your own, following your breath. And on your next exhale, come back to center. And from here, press those palms into the mat. Keep them strong. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, keeping those elbows squeezed close to the body, you're going to bring that chin down to the mat. So you want to go forward. And then as you inhale, you want to straighten those elbows and push yourself up. And then as you inhale, you want to bend those knees. Bring yourself back to table. And then from here, you want to stretch out that right leg. So just the right toes are touching. And stretch out that left hand, so just the left fingertips are touching. Squeeze the core. And on your next inhale, bring up that left hand, right foot. And then as you exhale, bend that left elbow, and that right knee, and bring them to center. Right when they meet here, you should really squeeze that core. Then inhale, stretch them out. You should both be stretching to the opposite sides of the room. And then as you exhale, elbow and knee meet, squeeze the core. And do this 3 more times on your own. And when you finish up your last one, come back to center. From here, stretch out the knees. Set them pretty wide, pretty close to the sides of the mat. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, slowly push back onto your feet. And stretch out those elbows or those hands, walk out. Place the forehead onto the mat. And just breathe for child's pose. And just hang out here for a few breaths. And try and practice some mindfulness, if that's what is right for you in this moment. Remind yourself to stay in this moment. That whatever problems you left behind before you came onto this mat will be ready and waiting for you whenever you choose to come back to them. Check in with the senses. Can you feel your mat underneath your hands? Underneath the arms, the shins, the body? Can you feel the texture of it underneath your hands, underneath your palms? Can you feel your clothes on your body? And then look within and check in with the body. Is there anything it needs from you today, from this practice? Is there anything it's asking you for? Once you've fully brought yourself into this moment, or whenever you are ready, you can open your eyes and slowly start making your way back up to table. Once you've made it back to table, you can flip those toes so that the bottom of the toes are touching the mat. And on your next inhale, slowly start straightening the knees and push your butt up high towards the sky. You really want that tailbone to be pointing up, but at the same time, you want to be pressing those heels down. So you just want to be creating as much space as you possibly can in the back of the legs. You also really want to be pushing off of the mat here, creating space in those armpits, hollowing out the stomach. And from here, walk out your dog. So press down that right heel, left knee bends. Left heel presses down, right knee bends. And keep doing this back and forth. And then on your next inhale, slowly start walking your way up towards the top of the mat. And opposite hand grabs opposite elbow. And just hang here. Swing back and forth. Really let the weight of your elbows bring you down. Shake the head no. Nod it yes. And then on your next exhale, release those arms. Let them hang down. Put a slight bend in the knees. And as you inhale, come up. And you can't see me. So as you inhale, come up. Bring those arms up high to the sky. Take a deep breath in. Lengthen that spine. And as you exhale, push those hips forward and start stretching the spine, or stretching backwards, sorry. And then on your next inhale, start making your way back up. And then come to center. Take another deep inhale again. And as you exhale, bend over to the left. And inhale, come back up. Exhale, center. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, over to the right. And then come up. Release those arms, shake them out. Shake out the legs. And from here, slowly come up, or slowly start shifting all of your weight onto that left foot. And bend that right knee. Slowly come up, fully onto that left leg. And grab that right knee with that right hand. Pick up that left hand, bring it out. With your right hand, bring that, sorry, it's a little confusing. With that right hand and that right knee, send them over to the right side. Open it up. If you want a deeper stretch, so this is just how flexible you are, grab your peace fingers, wrap them around your toe, and extend. If not, just keep that knee clasped. And then grab onto that ankle and choose, do you want to place that foot on the inside of the thigh, near the groin, or down by the ankle? Anywhere is fine except for on the knee. That is where we don't want to put it. Once you've placed your foot, find somewhere in the room that isn't moving to look at. On it. And then once you've done that, release the foot. Bring that right hand up and bring those arms up high above your head, almost like you're making a Y. For better balance, imagine as if you're pushing this foot into your thigh or your leg and squeeze that core. And then just breathe. And then on your next exhale, bring that foot down and release those arms and shake them out. Then put a slight bend in the knees. Swing the arms high up above your head. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, dive down. Place both hands on the shins. Straighten the elbows, lengthen the spine, and look up. And then as you exhale, Release, let the head come down. Place both hands on the mat and walk out into plank. From here, bring those knees down, squeezing the elbows in as we did before. Bring the chest and the chin down. And then as you inhale, straighten those elbows and come up to upward dog. Straighten those legs as well. And on your next inhale, bend those knees, come into table. Flip those toes. And as you inhale, straighten the knees and push back. And really just breathe into your dog. Feeling the back of those legs really stretch. Feeling the back stretch. And on your next inhale, start walking your way up towards the top of the mat. Put a slight bend in your knees and come up. Bring the arms high to the sky, and as you exhale, bring them down. And again. This time, shift your weight onto that right leg. Slowly come up onto those left toes. Bend that left leg. Squeeze the core. And as you inhale, slowly bring up that left knee. And grab onto it with that left hand. Lift up that right hand. Stretch it out. Just out to your side. Bring that left knee out to the left side. If you want a deeper stretch, grab your peace fingers. I don't know if I can do it on this leg. And extend the leg. And extend the leg. And then grab onto your ankle. Decide where you want it to go, anywhere but the knee. Place it there. Find your spot in the room that isn't moving. And then as you inhale, lift up those arms, lift up that chest. And just breathe into your tree. Imagine there's energy getting sucked in through the foot, all the way up through the body, and just shooting out of those hands. With every yoga pose we do, we have lines of energy that run through the body. And this one, they're running directly through you, up through the body. They meet at the chest, and then they expel out through the hands. And on your next exhale, you can release the foot and release the arms and shake them out. Shake out those legs too. And take a deep breath in. Bring those arms high to the sky. And as you exhale, dive down. Place both hands down on the mat. Walk out into plank. Bring the knees down. Keeping those elbows in, bring the chest down. And then the chin. And then as you inhale, straighten the elbows and the knees and look up for upward dog. And then bring those knees down, flip those toes, and straighten those knees and push back into downward dog. From here, slowly lift up that left leg, right high to the sky. Put a slight bend in the knee, push it into the glutes, and then send it over to the right side. Make sure to keep those shoulders parallel with the mat. And as you exhale, bring that knee into your chest and push forward. Place that foot in between the hands and bring that right knee down. Press that right hand down into the mat. And as you inhale, slowly lift up that left for a twist. And then as you exhale, bring that left hand down. Bend forward. Really push that knee forward. And as you inhale, come up. Place both hands on the tops of the knee. And lean back. Really feel a deep stretch in that hip flexor. But make sure that that knee is not going over those toes. And then on your next exhale, place those hands down onto the mat. Straighten that left leg. Flex that foot like this. Place your hands on the outsides of the foot. And then bow down for a deep hamstring stretch. And then bend that knee one more time. Flip the back right toes. Straighten your back knee. And as you inhale, kick that left foot up and out. Back to one-legged dog. And as you exhale, bring it down. And then as you inhale, slowly bring up that right leg high to the sky. Bend that knee. Push that heel into the glutes. And send it over to the left side, keeping those shoulders parallel with the mat. And then as you exhale, bring that knee to the chest and push forward. Place that foot in between the hands. Bring that right knee or that left knee down. Press that left hand down into the mat. And as you inhale, slowly lift up that right. Look up at your right thumb. And then as you exhale, slowly bring that hand down. And as you inhale, push forward with that right knee. Start feeling a stretch in those hip flexors. Place both hands on the tops of the knee and lean back a bit. Make sure that that knee does not go over those toes. And then on your next exhale, place those hands back down onto the mat and straighten that right knee. And walk those hands forward and bow down and feel a deep hamstring stretch. And then on your next inhale, bend that knee. Press those hands down into the mat. Flip those back toes. Straighten that back knee. And as you inhale, shoot that right foot back and up. And then as you exhale, bring it back down. And on your next inhale, start walking your way up towards the top of the mat. Put a slight bend in those knees. Actually, put a deep bend in those knees. And swing those arms back behind you, almost like you're a skier. Sorry. And then on your next inhale, sweep those arms up and sink down. You want to really try to make a straight line here with your back. You want to feel as if you're sitting in a chair. And on your next inhale, straighten those knees, come up. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, swan dive down. Sweep those arms down. Place those hands on those shins. Straighten the elbows, straighten the spine, look up. And as you exhale, bring the head down. Place those hands down on the mat. Walk out into plank. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, bring the knees down. The chest follows. And as you inhale, straighten those elbows. Straighten those legs and look up. And then inhale, come up to table. Flip those toes. And as you inhale, straighten those legs. Back to downward dog. And on your next inhale, slowly lift up that left leg, bring it high to the sky. And then as you exhale, bring that knee into your chest, push forward, place it in between the hands. And as you inhale, sweep those arms up, high to the sky. For a high lunge. And just breathe here. And as you exhale, bring both of your hands down. Behind you, clasp them and squeeze them out. Straighten your front leg. Or actually, keep a slight bend in the front leg. Hop that back foot forward about 2 feet. So you want a 2-foot space in between those feet. And you want your ankles to basically be stacked. So you want that front ankle to be right in front of that back ankle. Want to take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, dive forward. And let those arms/elbows come up and over the head. And as you exhale, release those hands. Bring them down to the mat. Put a slight bend in the knee. Walk that right leg forward. Put a slight bend in the knees. Come all the way up. Stretch those arms high to the sky. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, swan dive down. Place both hands on the knees, or on the shins. Straighten the elbows, look up. And then exhale, bring the head down. Walk out into plank. Bring the knees down. Elbows in, chest down. And then as you inhale, straighten those elbows, look up. Arch that back. And then inhale, bend those knees. Flip those toes. And as you inhale, straighten those knees, push back into downward dog. From here, lift up that right leg, bring it high to the sky. And then exhale, bend that knee, bring it into the chest. Push forward, bring those elbows over those hands, those shoulders over those hands. Place that right hand in between both hands. Really engage the legs and the glutes. And as you inhale, sweep those arms up and sink down for a high lunge. And just hold. And just breathe. And then put us straight in the front knee just a little bit. And take a little hop to slightly close the gap in between the feet. So you want them to be about a foot or so apart. You want to stack those ankles so that the front ankle is right, so that they're basically in one line. And as you exhale, swing those arms down. Clasp them behind you. Really push them out. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, dive forward. And let your hands come over your head. If you're having a hard time balancing, you can widen your stance, spread out the feet closer to the sides of the mat. And on your next exhale, release those arms. Bring them down to the mat. Put a slight bend in the front knee. Bring that left foot to meet it. Put a slight bend in the knees. Come up. Bring those arms high to the sky. Take a deep inhale, and as you exhale, swing down. Place those hands on those shins. Straighten the elbows and look up. And as you exhale, bring that head down. Place those hands on the mat. Walk out to a plank. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, bring those knees down. Keeping those elbows in, bring that chest down. And then as you inhale, push up and forward for upward dog. And as you inhale, come into table. And from table, come into a comfortable seat. And then from a comfortable seat, bring those knees up into your chest and hug them in. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, just let yourself roll back. Release one leg, and then release the other. And lie comfortably onto the mat. From here, let the legs flop out. Find a comfortable place for the arms. And just let the body relax. Take a moment and close the eyes. And reflect on your intention that you set for today for your practice. When you feel you've fully reflected, take a moment and try to bring yourself here into the now, into the present moment. Try to get in touch with everything that is happening around you now. Feel the energy flowing through your body with your breath. Flowing through the air around you. Focus on the floor beneath you, on your mat, how it grounds you, lifts you up, supports you. Take a moment of peaceful rest, your Shavasana. Try to imagine what peace looks like to you, what it sounds like, what it feels like, what it smells like and tastes like. And then whenever you're ready, turn over to your side. Bend the knees. And keeping the eyes closed, slowly push up into a seated position. And take a moment here. And take a moment here and say thank you to yourself for taking this time out of your day for you and only you. Whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes. And that's my whole class. Thank you for joining in or for watching if you're watching it later. And I will see you guys next week. Good luck on finals, everyone. Namaste.